Pigrates clean up. We are the jolly Pigrates, we sail the seven seas, we like to dig for treasure, we're not too hard to please. Yo-ho-ho, we're always on the go. Cleanup time. Captain Dan was in distress, stamped on deck and said, "What a mess. Dirty Pigrates, do not pout, there's no time to slouch about. Now look at all this dust and dirt, none of you has one clean shirt. And tomorrow at high tide we'll reach shore, you'll meet my bride. How can Kate and I be wed if you look like unmade beds? Grab your mops and grab your pails, scurry, scurry, move your tails. There is lots for us to do as we clean our ship and you." Scrubbing the deck. Puffing Pigrates, big and small, answered their good captain's call, came on deck with mops and pails, scrubbed the planks and rubbed the rails, mopped the cabins, polished brass, washed the wheel and cleaned the glass. Splashing water, sudsy bubbles, soggy sponges, soapy puddles. There were yards of wood to scour. They were busy for an hour. When the ship began to gleam, it was every Pigrate's dream. Clean your room. Cabin chaos, Pigrate slobs, but they had to do their jobs. Pigrate Paula put in rows all her boots and shoes and bows. Pigrate Sam in stocking feet straightened out his rumpled sheets. Pigrate Polly looked folded clothes, handkerchiefs, and pantyhose. Pigrate Jemmy steamed and pressed pantaloons and wrinkled vest. In their cubbies down below, Pigrates worked by lantern's glow. When the call came, "Clean your rooms," they were hanging up their brooms. Clean clothes. First mate Sarah sounded tough, hooves on hips, she'd had enough. Filthy Pigrates, off you scamper, dirty clothes go in the hamper. Pigrates lined up in a row, washed and bleached and scrubbed to show just how clean their clothes could look for the captain's wedding book. Polishing shoes. Pigrate Ed took off his shoe, he had quite a job to do. With his fingers and his thumb, he attacked the chewing gum, caught between the heel and toe. Could he ever make it go? Then with rag and polish too, Ed went at his dirty shoe. Brushed it high and brushed it low, till it had a lovely glow. When he placed it in the sun, he took off the other one. Wash your hands before you eat. Pigrates working, Pigrates sweating, getting ready for the wedding. Everyone was getting thinner, they were ready for their dinner. Mouths open, tongues hung out, when the cook began to shout, "Wash your hands before you eat, or you may not have a seat." Pigrates trooped out one by one, and they got the washing done. That old cook knew what was best, even if he was a pest. Who could blame him in his band for confusing hoof with hand? Washing hair. Pigrates thought it wasn't fair, for that they'd have to wash their hair. But they knew each wedding guest had to try and look his best. They decided what they'd do, help each other to shampoo. Eager Pigrates climbed on chairs, dumped some water on the hair of the Pigrates down below, keeping up a steady flow as they slopped the pink shampoo, rubbing, kneading, sticking goo into bristly, spiky hair, taking extra special care. After that they traded places, soap suds on their piggy faces. Brushing hair. Johnny Pigrate sat and stared at his hopeless tangled hair. It was washed and it was dried, but it was no source of pride. No amount of pink shampoo or the helpful Pigrate crew could disguise the awful truth. Johnny was a lazy youth, who had just begun to care that he never brushed his hair. Trying not to break his neck, Johnny rolled around the deck. Here and there and round, he was tearing up some ground, struggling with his brush and comb back and forth across his dome. So much effort, so much pain, inch by inch a little gain. Hours passed, it grew quite late. Johnny's hair was nice and straight. Taking a bath. Pigrate Sam jumped in the tub. What a treat to splash and rub! Soaped his tummy, stroked his ears, hadn't been so clean in years. Sam dove down and swam about, blowing bubbles through his snout. Washed his neck and felt so clever, he could stay in there forever. It was fun just getting clean, but his friends were loud and mean. "Finish up," he heard them shout. "Be a buddy, come on out." Pigrates barged right through the door, dumped poor Sam out on the floor. Clipping nails. Clipping nails is fun to do. First you must remove your shoe, or your glove, depending on ends of you that must be done. Then the clipper works its wonders, moving all around and under every single nail in sight, shaping them exactly right. Pigrate Nate had special clippers in a case that closed with zippers. All the pigrates lined up straight and displayed their hooves for Nate. Then he mussed and fussed and clipped, and his clippers never slipped. Brushing teeth. Polly Pigrate never would brush her teeth the way she should, so her breath was always foul, cavities would make her howl. But tonight she knew she should try to make her teeth look good. Polly grabbed the dental floss. "Teeth," she said, "I am the boss." Then she worked the floss around, in and out and up and down, till her mouth began to feel free of bits of jam and peel. Squeezing toothpaste good and thick on the toothbrush double quick, Polly brushed with all her might. Soon her teeth were shining bright. "Teeth," she said, "you look so fine. I'm so glad that you're still mine." The wedding. What a day for Captain Dan, with his pigrates spick and span, out on deck, both tall and short, as the ship sailed into port, searching for his wife-to-be. "Yes," said Dan, "I think that she was big and she was wide, such a perfect pigrate bride. And she was all dressed in white. What a perfect pigrate sight! Every pigrate thrilled to see what a prize his bride would be." Captain Dan smiled at her size and his pigrate's wild surprise. On the deck he married Kate with the help of his first mate. Pigrates in a merry mood dug into the piles of food. We are the jolly pigrates, we are so clean and bright. We love to dance at weddings, we really are a sight.